So let's take a look at BNB, getting a question about the low point. My general rule of thumb, which works beautifully, is 95% down from wick high. That is simply the most logical area for almost everything. If I can give one exception to that rule, outside of Bitcoin, Bitcoin's an exception. Bitcoin's not going down 95% anymore. But outside of that, perhaps Bitcoin and Ethereum are exchange tokens. So let's see where 95% is. I don't think it'll hit it. Okay, you mark off 95%. Actually. Okay, mark off 95% and look left. Does that align with any structure? Absolutely aligns with this. Aligns with all this before it took off. So that would be a reasonable target. So I will put a box here. If this were not an exchange token, I would put my box right there. But it's an exchange token. So I have to guess it's going to go a little less. And 83% is roughly what Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin lost 84% of its value last bear market. Is it fair to think that that BNB might lose exactly as much as Bitcoin did last bear market? Yeah, that's reasonable. Okay, well, look left. Is there any price structure there that could support that? There is. It's a blip, but it's there. So look in. Yeah, that's a blip. That could hold up price. So put a box around it. Now think of shades of gray, because these boxes are pretty far apart, both in raw price and on a percentage basis. They're pretty damn far apart. So if this is the only two places that a bottom could happen, and let me label this $120, which is very, very likely to be hit before 2020, late 2023. And in the middle of this is around 33.5. Because there's nothing between it, what would be the third best option? Perhaps there's a big fib line there, which we could do here in just a minute. There might be a big fib there, or just using structure. Is there anything like the weekly 200 down there? So let's see. Is there something hiding there? Which I anticipate there is something there, but nope, they're both above it. What about the monthly? What's on the monthly chart? It's not old enough to have anything down there. Wow, the monthly chart looks really bad on BNB. Ooh, wow, that looks bad. Yeah, this makes it look like its move is just getting started. With this bearish cross right here. Yikes. Let's go to the 2 week. It's not down there either. So it's not old enough. The coin's not old enough to have an EMA down here. It would. The monthly 55 or something would be down here. But there's nothing there for people to look at. So it's not going to be an EMA. Let's do a fib retracement. Let's do so we're hunting for bottoms. Nothing there. Let's try it a little differently. Let's try it on the daily. Let's go boom, boom. Oh, I didn't get the wick eye. This is a big asset, so I want to see if I can get this or not. 786 is here on that. It's not a fib. That's not a fib retracement. That's a fib extension. So there is something here at $58. Let me make sure I did it right. I did it more correctly, and that actually points down here. Wow. So the only things on this extension are the 786, which is exactly at the top of my box anyway, and the 618 is exactly in the middle of this box. Wow, this is a tricky one. So an in between would be more like a wick below 120. But if it were to go below it, it would probably come up extremely quickly and find support there if it went below it. So I would say somewhere around 120, maybe test your luck closer to 100, but I would say this is a pretty good target, 110 to 120. And that is my low. So I hadn't done a low assessment, a guess for BNB yet. I have on a slew of other coins, but that's what I'm getting. Will it do it this fast? No, not necessarily. It doesn't matter how it gets there. It's just that interaction. It could go up, with Bitcoin 36K first and go down, boom, 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 all that kind of stuff, right? So the way it gets there, I'm not trying to guess, but just the idea that it's very, very likely both going to hit, but also it has a strong chance of bouncing there. It has a very strong chance of wicking only to, like a wick only to 110, and that would be about 80, what percent down? 80, 110 is 84, which is exactly like Bitcoin. So this would be my guess. I would be shocked if $33 happened, but I wouldn't be shocked if it wicked if there's a nasty capitulation day, it goes all the way down to like 77, but in 2 hours, it's all the way back to 136. Does that make sense? So the only way to catch something below 110, if I had to guess, would be to have your limit buys already there. Because you're not going to, you'll be sleeping when this crap happens, or there's just no time to buy it below 110 would actually be I would actually guess this. Something like this, regardless of how long it takes to get there, just in general from this point to this point would be my more specific guess of BNB, and hopefully that's a good target for the bear market, and I'll follow up. I'll probably follow up on a lot of these predictions in 2023 when it's clear Bitcoin's in a bull market or trying to be in a bull market again. It'll be fun to go back on these videos. So hopefully that was helpful.